Hi everyone, I'm Tanya Merryman and I'm so excited to share one of my favorite workouts with you. But before we get started, if you have any injuries or any areas of concern that are regarding your health, please check with your doctor first, then come back and join me for this amazing workout. Welcome to my Pilates yoga inspired workout. This is a full body workout. It's inspired by yoga and Pilates because you will be barefoot and you don't need any equipment whatsoever. We're going to move through blocks of exercises working your upper body, your lower body, your cardio, and your core. When I'm done with you, you'll have a complete workout that you can do in the comfort of your own home, or maybe you're on vacation too. We are ready to warm up. Today it's going to be a little yogi style warm up, meaning I'm going to teach you some sun salutations. We use these to heat up the body in a yoga class, but then we'll be down on the floor warming up the spine. There might be a sprinkle of some push-ups in there, but it's going to prepare you for an amazing workout. Let's go. Let's begin our warm up. Come to the top of your mat with legs together. You can have them pressed and squeezed together, toes and heels together, or just a slight separation. But have the eyes gazing down and just start to rock forwards and back. You can even close your eyes, but some people are a little uncomfortable, feel like they're going to fall over with the eyes closed. But we're just getting grounded. Feel all four corners of the feet pressing into the floor. Start to notice and be very aware of your breath entering the body through the nose and exhaling, mouth open. And we can do that same breath but with the mouth closed. We can inhale through the nose and exhale with a closed lip, so just a more ribcage breath to help us control our breathing. Let's use that same breath as we move through our salutations. So we're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive. We're using our salutations today to heat up the body. So we're going to inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold the body. And we'll do that all again. So root to rise, push the hips back, lengthen. We call this mountain pose. Big exhale, hands to heart. Sweep the arms up. Big exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold the body and step back into our first high plank of the day. The option here is always to be down in a tabletop. Either one is going to help heat up our core. So we're going to anchor the shoulders down. Feel the abs nice and strong by pulling the belly to the spine, and then slight tension through the glutes. The longer we stay here, the more the body heats up. But just one more strong, deep breath in. And you can do an open mouth exhale, releasing it. We're going to lower down to our first baby cobra. So rock the shoulders forward. Lower the elbows down like a tricep push-up. Once you're all the way on the floor, take your fingers off to the side. Draw the shoulders down and away and lift the heart and chest up off the floor. We call this our baby cobra. Release. We're going to pass through a safe tabletop to bring us back to what we call a downward dog. Just pedal the legs here. Feels so good to the legs. So push the weight into the legs. And then we move back into our salutation. So walk the feet forward. Fold the body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Noticing how the body's warming up a little bit more. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Big inhale, scoop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And we want to move through this a few times. Each time we do it, we get a little bit more warmed up. So nice high plank, this time without going to my knees. It's our chaturanga or a tricep push-up. So I'm going to lower down like a tricep. I'm going to scoop my chest up and away. Upward facing dog. I'm going to take it to my knees to protect my back and lift and meet in downward dog. So you always have the option to take it to the knees. Let's move through it one more time. Walk the hands forward. Exhale, fold. Now we're feeling amazing. Exhale, release. Root to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go one more time through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Move at your own pace here through your vinyasa. I'll do it with my knees on the floor this time to give you that option. Lowering down, and maybe we choose to just do a baby cobra rather than the upward facing dog. We lift into the tabletop and we all meet in our downward facing dog. Let's take it to our knees here. Lengthen the spine. Continue our stretching through some cat-cow. So this is just to heat up the body some more and just check in with how you're doing today. So sometimes we have a little extra soreness or tightness. So we just relax the belly, draw the shoulders down, feel a nice lengthening. Exhale, we draw in, rounding through the spine. And then we're going to move forwards and back here just to check your sensitivity of your knees and your wrists as I start to move you through some push-ups just to get the body even more warmed up. So we're going to start to come forward like a tricep, staying on my knees, elbows come back, and then sitting back into a little child's pose. So come forward and sit back. Always being aware that the shoulders are down away from the ears. The abs are nice and strong. And we'll move through. I know you can do probably 100 of these, but we'll just do 2 more. Getting us nice and warmed up. Last one here. Make it your best one. Inhaling on the down. Exhaling as you push up and away. And you guys are ready to go. Good warm up. All right, we're done warming up, so let's get into our first block of exercises, and this is the ab blaster. Everyone always wants abs, abs, and more abs. So I've got 8 exercises in a row for you. I want you to cycle through them 30 seconds non-stop. It's a running clock, 4 rounds. Let's get started. Everyone always requests abs, abs, and more abs. So let's attack those abs. This is my ab blaster block. Let's get started. My most favorite exercise of all time, I can do this one every day for the rest of my life, is the Pilates roll-up. So extend your legs out, draw the shoulders down. Take a big inhale here. Exhale as you pull your ribs away from the body, slowing the roll down to make it a little bit more intense. As you're on the ground, take an inhale here. Exhale, the head follows, and you come all the way back up. So I'm going a nice slow pace, but we can certainly speed this up just a little bit, being mindful that we want to use the abdominal strength to help us up and not necessarily our arm strength to throw us all the way up. So we'll cycle through this for 30 seconds. And again, we have to get through 8 exercises, so we want to pace ourselves. It's not about how fast you can go. It's really the quality of the movement. So keep going for 30 seconds. You got this. Beautiful. Our next exercise is a butterfly. So it just means bringing the bottoms of the feet together. A butterfly crunch. You're going to lay on your back. Draw the abdominals in so you feel nice and strong here, but there's a little bit of a neutral spine, so the spine will not be touching flat on the floor. Taking the hands behind the head to give us the support. Just keep the eyes up, and it's an exhale lift. I like to exaggerate the breath for my students, but just make sure you have an inhale and an exhale breath. Nice, strong, and powerful. And you feel the abdominal shortening. The rib cage is shortening down towards the tailbone, creating this contraction, and it will start to burn right away. So hang on to it, maintain it. Remember, we're focusing on strengthening our entire core today, front to back. So keep going. You got it. And then it gets even more fun. The butterfly crunch turns into a butterfly lift. So we're going to do 1 crunch, and then we're going to pull everything in, knees come to the elbows, and then come back down. So 1 butterfly crunch, and then everything comes up, and then everything comes back down. So you'll notice that even my hips are coming up off the ground, and my chest and shoulders are coming off the ground. This will just isolate the burn just a little bit better and a little bit more intense, bringing you a really good ab blaster workout for the day. We're going to take it right back into an alternating movement. So we're going to bend one leg, bring our arm down to help us with that elbow. We're going to exhale, lift the body up, and extend through the leg if you can. Now to make this a little bit easier, I can have the knee bent and I can extend as I lift up. So I can either do it with both knees bent, up. Boom, that's what I want to do. Or straight leg. And that'll get our ab blaster block going. We're moving through our ab blaster block. Good job on the first 4 exercises. Here's the next 4. We're going to start with a little back extension to lengthen the abdominals. So taking the hands behind the back. Now some of you can do a full bind, maybe even the palms together, or taking the hands to opposite elbows. But lift and lengthen through the spine. Lift the toes and heels off the floor. Everything lengthening and squeezing. Hold it there. And then we're going to move into another push-up of the day. Push up to a pull-pull. So on the knees, shoulders down and away. Exhale away from the floor. And then pull and pull. And we do that again. So the hands are a little bit closer to give me some stability here so that I'm not shifting my weight. So push up, pull, pull. And again, I'm showing it to you with my knees on the ground, but feel free to take the knees up off of the ground. And then we're going to move right into a side elbow plank. So I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to take my legs, starting them stacked, move one foot in front of the other, lift up and away, lengthen towards the sky. Take a few breaths here. And then keeping my core strong, just scoop the arm underneath, make the rotation, and continue to rotate side to side, keeping everything strong. So slight tension through my glutes, using my breath in through my nose, out through my mouth, and my abdominals engaged the entire time. Out of my plank, I'm going to move right into, I think, the toughest one of the day. We call this the Navasana, or the boat pose, also known as a tuck up. So I'm going to inhale, open the body, exhale, close. Inhale to open, exhale, close. Option here, slide the shoulders back and use the arms to give you that full range of motion. Inhaling and exhaling. My abs are blasted. Good job, you guys. Nice work on the abs. Mine are certainly blasted. But now it's time to heat the body up even more and go right into our leg block. For our leg block today, you're going to feel this in your thighs, your glutes, your inner thighs, your outer thighs. We've got 4 exercises. We're going to cycle through them non-stop, 4 rounds, 30 seconds each. Let's go. My favorite area to train are my legs. So let's go right into our leg block. Large muscle group, we're going to start right off the bat with alternating lunges. So an alternating lunge is really effective at also getting your heart rate straight up. So it feels like a cardio workout. But if you need a little support, maybe hold on to a chair or be near a wall. I'm also getting over a foot injury, so sometimes I need a little added support. So take your time here. You can go a little bit slower or faster, but you're driving through that front leg to do all the work. That back knee's just dropping down on the floor. Good job on alternating lunges. We move right into a sumo. Everyone's going to be a little bit different with how much of a turnout their feet are, but just take the tailbone down, eyes lifted, arms lifted, shoulders down away from the ears, drive through the heels, drop the tailbone down, exhale straight back up. So I'm inhaling to find length of my spine on the way down, driving as I come straight up. Shh. I'll exaggerate the breath. Shh. Just to make sure you're using some type of inhale, exhale breathing for the entire 30 seconds. We move right into a scooping parallel squat, lengthening with a nice side leg lift. So scoop, find some depth in that squat, sinking through the heels, eyes forward, finding some length, arms shoot straight up to a nice leg lift. So the focus here is more on the depth of the squat than on the leg lift, because we go right into 4th exercise, which finding the balance, slight hinge is just that straight leg lift pulsing out to the side. My knee is slightly bent, my foot is flexed, and we take it to both sides, finding your balance, finding a focal point, and then we go right back into our alternating lunges. You got it. Good job, you guys, on that last leg blaster block. I have another one, 4 more moves coming right at you. Let's get to it. Let's move right into a squat with a leg circle. So lengthen the arms up over your head. Inhale as you come down, big reach, big circle. Inhale as you come down, big reach, big circle. And you can move slower or faster than me, but try to make your movements as big as possible here. Nice little hip circle. Keep going, nice work, 30 seconds, non-stop. And then we go right into the next one, which is a little bit similar, but it's a squat with a double arm pull. So we're gonna take that parallel squat, another reach, and just pull the knee in. Big squat, reach, pull the knee in. Big squat, reach, pull the knee in. Big squat, reach, pull the knee in. Keep going, heart rate's gonna shoot up. It's okay if you go a little bit breathless. That's the goal. Legs and cardio. Nice work. Moving right into one of my favorites. We're gonna fall right into the side of your mat. Hips go back, belly goes down. Exhale, lift up, try to balance. So inhale, big reach, and come all the way up. Core is always nice and tight. The falling lunge, that outside leg is doing all the work. Nice work. Finishing up our cardio. One of my favorites is a mountain climber. Flat wrists, flat palms, shoulders anchored. Just pull the knee to the nose. You can add a little bit of speed here. You can also add a little bit of an oblique twist. Try to pace yourself through 30 seconds because you don't want to burn out here, because we go right back into our squat with our knee circle. Nice work. Nice work on that leg blaster block. We're ready for some floor work. Bonus thighs, glutes, and hamstrings coming right at you. Let's do it. This next block is going to be on the floor. We're going to emphasize the thighs, the glutes, and the hamstrings. I call it the booty block. Let's go. First exercise for our floor work today, bring it to a tabletop position. It's a nice strong hip circle. Bring the knee in, lift it out to the side, circle it all the way back and around, and then pull it back in again. So we're utilizing the hips and the glutes to make the rotation. This is going to be easy for some of you with the mobility and the flexibility, but you're definitely emphasizing the squeezing to lift, the contracting of the glute to bring it all the way back and around. Exercise number 2, after you did 30 seconds of that, this will really burn you out just a little bit more. We want to find that 90-degree knee bend, but it's a small pulse, very small, really isolating the muscle and the contraction to create the movement. 30 seconds, isolating it. Nice little burn there, but now it's a superset. So we flip right over to our back. Since it was the left leg that was up in the air, pulsing, that is the leg that we're going to emphasize in our single leg bridge. So bring the toes and heels together. Heels are off the floor. Exhale, slight lift of the hips, but now keeping your left foot down on the ground to isolate, emphasize the hamstring and the glute. We're going to drop the hip down and lift the hip up. Drop down, lift up. Just a basic release of the muscle, squeeze the muscle. Little release and a squeeze with the energy of the legs reaching out and away from us and the rib cage pulled in and the shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to superset this with both feet down on the ground, heels flat this time, lift up and away, and again, just a squeeze and a release. Squeeze and a release. I'm activating the glutes to lift the hips up. You can make it a little bit bigger, a little bit more intense by bringing the hips up a little bit higher using that glute activation. Excellent. That's only one side. So now we have to do the whole work again with the other side. which will be our right side. So draw the arms back down. Find your perfect tabletop, equal weight. Lift that right knee towards your shoulder, your nose first, then lift it out to the side. Circle it all the way back and around. Pull it in. Lift, circle, pull it back in. Lift, circle, pull it back in. Lift, circle, pull it back in. Hold it up there for the next 30 seconds. Find that 90-degree angle, press it up. Being very mindful that that right hip stays square to the floor, nice and strong. 30 seconds, you're gonna feel the burn right away, so hold on to it, stay focused, and then boom, right into our superset. So we're gonna go right back into our single leg bridge, roll it all the way down, toes and heels together. It was our right leg that was in the air on that 90-degree knee bend, so now that right leg stays on the ground. Exhale, lift up and away, and it's just a squeeze and a release. Squeeze and a release. 30 seconds here. Bring both feet down. Keep the heels flat. Lift up again. And again, squeeze and release. If you want a little bit more, make it a little bit bigger. Activating those glutes to create the movement of the hips. Nice work on the booty burn. Wow, great job working hard through those blocks. But now let's slow it down, and here are some of my favorite stretches. For my last block today, we are going to finish up with some of my favorite stretches. Let's lay it down. Laying on your back. Relaxing your left leg, just pull your right knee in towards your chest. Get a nice grip underneath the right knee and just pull over towards the right shoulder. There's a little gap between your ribs and your armpit. Find that gap to create the deepest stretch. Once you have a nice deep stretch using your upper body, move through your breath here. You might feel a little release of your glutes and your back, maybe a little pressure into that right hip. And then let's do that on the other side. So just pulling the knee in, but then avoiding the rib cage, pulling it over to that nice little gap between the ribs and the shoulder, releasing the head, and the right leg is nice and lazy so that you're really pulling the knee in, releasing some stress and some pressure that we used in the back. Taking that first leg again, but this time to a side stretch. So just guide the leg across the body, keeping the hips stacked on top of each other, but look towards the opposite direction. And with every breath, you're just releasing some tension in your lower back, thinking of the bones, the sacrum, or spreading all of those areas. Spreading them out, creating space. Let's do that on the other side, releasing the knee in, pulling the other knee in, but then just guiding it to create a twist of the spine. Keeping the hips stacked, but let the eyes gaze towards the opposite direction. And again, with every breath, just notice how you're feeling a little release of your lower back, bringing it back in. And then we call this the figure four. Just extend one leg, crossing it over, opening up through the knee, reaching in for the shin, and it's gonna feel nice and yummy here just to sway side to side. Few breath cycles, and then changing it up. Once you have a move and you're in a nice position where you feel a deep stretch, that's where the posture actually begins. That's where the benefits start. So it's just play with your breath and then release all the way back down. Little relaxation pose here. Let the arms fall to the side. Just notice how your body's feeling today. I'm so proud of you. Let's go ahead and roll it all the way up and seal our amazing practice today with a little bow. Thank you guys. Great workout, you guys. For more ideas or any other questions, contact me directly at tanyam.com.